good. It's finally printing. There it is. Okay, did it go? Kind of. That's good. Get that ready. Sorry guys, trying to get organized, and I'm still making lunch for my kids. So we're kind of doing what we're doing right now. Hi, Myers. Give me one sec. I am just trying. I just got back. I'm making lunch for at the Landmark building. Oh, I have to look at that. How are you? Sorry, I'm just getting kind of organized. Can you hear me okay? I know, I appreciate you. I want to do a shout out to you too. Thank you, and Jane, for showing up. It'll have to be after my live. Today has been hectic. Not in a bad way, but my lord. The things I have going on. Where's my bed? I did get my passport back, though. Or not back, but finally. Whatever you call it. My huge ass bag. Bear with me. Eventually I'll get my crap together. Also, I decided. Good, perfect. That's what I like to hear. Because sometimes it will cut out, other times it doesn't. I think today what I'm going to do, I was going to do the full circle, but I didn't get a chance to pull up all the things, and I really want to make sure I'm getting the points and stuff across. But I think what I'm going to do, Captain Tip, I know I like it. I like it. I'm going to have to jump up a couple times here because I'm making lunch for my daughter, late lunch. And it's gourmet Mr. Noodles, so we got to do all the veggies and stuff, fry them up good before we add the noodles. But Reggie, welcome. How are you? Welcome, welcome.
Mommy, they have chicken inside.
Oh, they do. They're chicken noodles. You're absolutely right, Miss Grace. We have priorities here. Nothing else matters except the Mr. Noodles. From India. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this must just be that time of day. Because lately, the last couple days, Miss Grace, stop whining. We don't talk like that. I'm from Canada. Amaya says, hi, Grace. No one likes to talk to you when you're not whining or yelling, so you have to be nice when you're talking. You can come say hi.
What should I do?
You can come say hi. Say hi, Maya. Right here. Say hi.
Are you happy?
I'm happy, yes, but what do you say?
Hi, Maya. Why
There
are
you
you
go.
so happy?
Yeah. Okay, go sit down.
Mommy, I don't know.
You can't sit on my lap because I have to check your noodles and stuff. Put this table back.
Can we
She
smell?
pushes the whole table out to the whole living room.
Mom, can we smell? Mommy, can the noodles smell good?
They will smell good. Says hi, baby. Everyone just loves Miss Grace. That is my little spoiled brat. She's adorable, sweet. Drives me crazy.
But Mom, she wanted, but
She's a good kid.
My fancy dad was
Okay, you have to.
fancy dad was so cat.
Okay, yes, Grace. She does love her cat. Can we now take a breath? Because I need to pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't burn your stuff. So, yeah. Today, what I think I'm going to do, because I did Libra and Scorpio yesterday, I'm going to pull another card. I know. She does not like when I give away my attention. If it's not 100% on her, then we have beef. So, yeah, it is what it is. But with summer coming, we got to start practicing now, right? So, give me just 1 second. I got to go stir her veggies. Yeah, you're not paying me no attention. I know. But when I do pay her attention, she doesn't want to hang out. Oh, yeah, we just got to let it fry down a little bit, and then we'll add the noodles, bud. You got all them good veggies in there, that's why. My kid's obsessed. Look at my coffee table. This is my child, always. She just got, at least we got the slime off it. Yesterday, I had to get a bin for the slime because she was just putting it all over. She had it on my couch. I had to scrub my couch, and I was like, oh, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. So, So I got her a bucket, and then she decided it was more fun on the table. So at the end of the day, this is how we do it. That table does not get touched, messed with. Whatever mess is on there doesn't get cleaned up till the end of the day, and we start over the next day. Because, my Lord, the way it gets chaotic. So what I think I'm going to do is just do that, because I still want to do the final Alchemy of Motion full circle, which I think I'm going to do tomorrow, just because I didn't get a chance to pull up all the things that I kind of want to talk about, and it's really important. I wanted to pin the comment here, but I'll do it after this so everyone knows. Oh, I can still do it. Give me 1 second. That way, because this is day 5, I believe. My smile. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I want to put this in here because it's for the free workshop, but also this is kind of what the goal is. I'm learning how to do all this stuff, so it takes me a moment to get my crap together, but eventually I get there and we kind of roll with it, right? Let me see. Scroll up. What day is it? Day 5 of 30. Oops. See if I can pin this.
Mama, I love you.
I love you too.
Who do I love?
You're a kitty cat. I know. All right, so now I'm just going to pin that. So then if people want to go sign up for the workshop, when I'm talking about these things, they can go directly to the link. It's very easy. Also, of course, my goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of May while I'm helping other people. So if you pop on and you're asking questions, I really want to help you get clear, right? So we're asking each other questions, clarifying, so it makes it easier, and then helping you find your next actionable step. Yes, sometimes I'll pull cards, as long as we're not asking what the ex-boyfriend's doing with so-and-so or some kind of drama. That is not what I do. But if you're looking for ways to kind of get clear, to show up with more self-love, more gratitude, things like that, you're going to get there, Maya. You were just at 800 and you're almost at 9. That's fantastic. I'm hoping today I hit 300. I'll be happy. What time in your city? It is 2:17 p.m. I think we're like 11 or 12 hours apart. And I actually, what was his name? Janville? I'm saying it wrong. Janelle, I think it is. I'm going to do a collaboration, I think this Saturday. He's an English teacher, or he teaches English, and he's going to, he likes to talk to other people from far away while he's helping teach English, and, let people tell their stories so they think outside the box, do some different things. Yeah, it's late. So that's the goal, and I think that's pretty exciting. Kind of get that collaboration going. It's nice to kind of get out everywhere, and it's kind of even more nice because in the morning I missed a lot of people. So this afternoon time kind of gives a little bit of space, and I get to meet new people, right? I love the people I've already met, but it's kind of branching it out and getting it out there a little more, which is really nice. So everything is slow and steady, and we're okay. 2:47, that's a late night. I used to be up like that every single day. No, you cannot touch the stove. I love you, and I'm glad that you want to help, but that is not for you. You hear the frying? You got to give it a few more minutes. You want your veggies to be you don't want them crisp, but you just want them so they're still a little crunchy. Just keep swimming. Is that like from Dory, eh? Finding Dory? You gotta wait. If we open it, it's gonna be all over my desk. 2 more minutes, and then we'll go put the noodles in. See how impatient she is? I wonder where she gets that from. So, yes, today I'm going to pull from my pile of cards, and we'll see which 2 I'm doing today. And then we'll aim, as long as by the end of the week I get the Alchemy of Motion one done. And then I have other things I'll teach on, but this is, now I have 301. What? Yay, that's fantastic. That's very cool. Oh, I like doing these. These were fun. Cool thing about your town. Oh, you can ask your own question too. So that's cool. Did I do it? Is that showing up there now? That's fantastic. It doesn't show that. Ciao from Italy. That's the spot. Yeah, that's exciting. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Slowly but surely, my goal is the end of May to hit 500. It may be possible. Yay! American lady, ciao. I love that. How do you say your name? Giancar? Oh, I'm going to butcher that. If I do, respectfully, I don't mean to. Every time I have to say it, I will do my best to say it better. Oh, I think I left my 816. Oh, right on. See, we're all killing it around here. We got it done. I got to go follow. Where did you go?
Oh, my kitty.
Is John Charles. Oh, I got it. That makes sense. Oh, Carlo. Yeah, I can't read. Don't. That makes sense. My Lord. I want to go follow y'all back, but. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, that's coming too, eh? I think it's not for a couple more weeks. My kid made me a flower already as she brought home from school. Hold on, I'll show you. It's cute. She made it for me. I have it in the window in my little thing. This is my Mother's Day flower, and I love it to pieces. All right. Sorry, guys.
Mama, does it make you happy?
It makes me so happy. I love that so much. Okay, I gotta go add her mystery noodles in. I'm kind of just talking right now because I have to get her noodles made. Once they're done, then I can get down to business. She wasn't waiting, and we have priorities. And if I want to be able to concentrate, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, it's exactly it. If I want to concentrate, I got to make my kid happy. You're a very hardworking lady, so you can complete it in a few days. I hope so. I'm showing here for beautiful child. Thank you so much. She is very beautiful. And she is friendly and kind. She is messy. Very, very messy. Is that correct, Miss Grace? What are you doing to your cat? I'm glad that's not a real cat. She's always hugging her cat. That's why we don't have a real one, because she'd already crushed it. All right, bud.
I love photos.
I know you do. Okay, got a few more minutes. Yeah, I know, it's rough. The torture. Oh, the torture. Look at the mess. That's why I don't even bother now till the end of the day. I have to prioritize. What's that got to do with your noodles? Sorry, I broke my nail and it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, so let me pull them so I at least know which signs I'm going to do. Or if any of you guys are here and you have a specific, whatever your zodiac sign is, let me know what it is. If I haven't done it already, then I'll pull it up. And I'll choose those ones. What's the name of this cute baby? Her name is Grace. And she is very cute. She is the thing in this world that has taught me nothing but patience. Aquarius. That's fair. Where are you? Okay, so we'll pull Aquarius, and then it will be, the other side will be Pisces. I think that's a fair way. If you show up and it's not done yet, that's a really good way to do it. So just give me like 3 more minutes because I got to get this kid's noodles. But I will get ready. And then tomorrow will be the Alchemy Emotion. Well, hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying. It's funny because I'm so used to having to schedule everything and be like very specific in what I do. So this month is just as much teaching me how to chill out and just kind of have a little fun with it, do whatever. Stop being so structured. And so even though it's like from 2 to 4, it's like I'm not trying to plan it out so much. Yeah, I love it too. She is my Grace. She taught me patience. She taught me grace. I learned how to give myself grace because of her. So
You are talking about me, Mama?
I am talking about you very much. You're my most favorite human being on the whole world.
That's Mama, God gave you to me.
God did give you to me. That's correct. Do you know why?
Why?
Because he knew that you were going to give me just the right amount of love, and I was going to give you just the right amount of love, and you'd have everything you need. And lots to learn.
And then I give my kitty the way my love too.
Yes, you give your kitty cat love too. I know that's your.
But Mommy, that was who making her happy.
How did you come up with the name Grace? Literally, I just really liked the name.
But Mommy, why did I came out?
And I was going through her dad wasn't the nicest of people. He was having his own struggles, and you know, I was tired of fighting my way through everything. I was tired of having to claw my way uphill, and then, you know, when I get away from the people that are holding me down, kicking me while I'm down, doing all the things, what actually ended up happening was I picked up the torch, right? I was like, this isn't good enough, this isn't that, nothing is good, and I just picked up the torch and carried it for them. And then when she got a little older and started walking and talking, it was like I was learning to give myself grace, and that was a process. It's like I had to have that same patience with myself as I did with her. So, hi Caleb, how are you? So it came from just trying to find our way, right? When we learn to be patient with ourselves, it was 1717 as I said that. It's really important, and a lot of people forget that part. And I was the first one to always go past that. And I was so overly critical of myself and everything that I did that I was actually becoming critical to other people and to Grace. Like, why are you doing this? Like, in my brain, it was like, you need to do this faster. You need to do this better. And then, you know, even though I was like, I needed to learn Grace, but I also... It was like, okay, you need to learn it. Well, you have to start practicing it, right? And it was the best thing I ever did, I'll tell you that. Hold on, I gotta get her noodles. Almost, bud, almost. They're gonna be delicious. So yeah, there's always a story behind the story, but when we really get down to it, it's really so simple. I named her after exactly what it was I needed. And I think the whole world needs that, truly. All right, so let's go day 5. Oh, I think my pen died. Why, oh why? Try again, day 5, there we go. We're starting with Aquarius, eh? I can't write today, but we will get there.
Mama, I can see.
Well, you gotta wait 2 minutes.
Mama.
Sorry, we just had to be patient 2 more minutes. It is what it is.
Mommy, I can't see.
Why can't you see?
I can't, but wow. Mommy, I love you.
Oh, you put your glasses on. She's waiting for her new glasses. She's gonna have shades with them. They click right on. It's kind of cool. She's spoiled.
Spoiled. These supposed to away to someone else?
Yeah.
And that can be
No, well, we can donate them. We'll see. I don't know how it works.
And we're not doing my new.
Yeah, go sit down because it's gonna be hot.
Mommy, are you donating my kitty?
Why would I donate your kitty, you weirdo?
So you love that.
I'm your baby. Why would I do that? Hey, bud.
Yeah, it is.
All right, hold on. Let's get you some veggies, okay?
Mama,
What?
is the blue one mine?
Yes. Is that the one you want?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this one, Mommy.
All right, bud.
Yeah, because it's my sack take this towel.
Mm-hmm.
The other coat is.
Okay, but you gotta sit up so you don't make a mess, please. That's a good job. I almost made a huge mess.
You dropped one vegetable.
Ow. All right. I'll put mine over here. And I'll eat in between, I guess. All right, let's try this again. We roll with it. What time we got? 21, let's say 22 minutes. I do this so when people click on it, they can actually look in the description and go directly to it. All right, what are we starting with? We started with this.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome. Can you not holler? I'm right here. I hear you.
What are you thinking?
Are they good? All right.
You told them snacks when we try to one day give you something.
Yes, it's always nice to teach you manners. Okay.
You should be
21, 23. Okay, so can I have a Moonology for my Aquarius? Hold your vision. Oh, I know that's for you. Oh, we got story time. Hold your vision. Work through your fears. Step out of your comfort zone. You're very close to achieving your goal. I got a whole pile. Surrender to the divine. Emotions are running high. The energy is gaining momentum. I'm only doing this because of the way it came out. Normally I only take one, but the way they threw it at me. Look at the bigger picture. Confidence is your key to success. Meditate and contemplate. Have faith in your dreams. A time to give rather than to take. Be bold and make the first move because prosperity lies ahead. The end of a tough cycle approaches. That story time came out just the way it did for exactly the reason. What's on the bottom of the deck? Nothing will come of this situation. And what that means is when you keep going through, showing up, doing all the things, you gotta have faith. Just like how you are, for example, in my, the way you do your drawings, the way you show up, the way you set your goals, right? You set your goal for 800. You didn't have 800 a little while ago, but that was your goal and you set it. And now you're over it, and now you're setting your goal higher. And which is fantastic. That's exactly what you should be doing. But at the end of the day, did you make sure you celebrated, like really celebrated the 800? We really want to start extending out those celebration periods. We want to understand that the more we celebrate, the more empowered we are. The more empowered we are, the closer we are to our dreams. And those tough cycles, it was just 23-32, as I said that, which just means it's as within, so without. So when we're being proud of ourselves, when we're taking that time and trusting that no matter what, we're learning along the way, everything we do is learning and growing. What do you need? It's over there. So you're starting to trust, which is good. I like that. It's story time too. So you just keep building, keep growing, which I think we're all doing in the grand scale. But sometimes we tend to get so focused in, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But when you get so tunnel vision, you forget to look out at the bigger picture. And sometimes because you can't see the end at the bigger picture, it becomes frustrating or like you're not doing enough, which is a lot of things that I talk about because when we have that struggle, which is why I talk about grace so often. Hold on. Mom duty. Yes, baby. You have to be patient though because I have only 2 hands.
Thank you, Mom, for these noodles.
You're very welcome. Are they good?
Mama, when parents give you something, you should say thank you all the time.
I didn't hear you.
When parents give you something, you should say thank you all the time to
You
them.
should say thank you all the time. It's a wonderful thing.
Because and it's a good word too.
Is it good? She's like not even using her fork anymore. She's like, I'm gonna shovel them in. This is our fight all the time. Okay, so oh no, this is gratitude. Our bodies are our gardens, to which our wills are gardeners. Do something to thank your body for its hard work and its miraculous ability to move, feel, and communicate. And when we think about that, we're grateful all the time. We say, thank you for this day. Thank you for the things I'm doing. How often do we thank our fingers, our toes? How often do we thank our bodies, our organs for working properly, for holding out, for showing up every day? How often do we thank our mind for letting go of all the negative thoughts, right? Thank you, mind, for noticing and saying, no, you don't belong here. These small little things, our body is our temple. And, it's not about being perfect. It's just about learning how to integrate things in there. Don't you feel good when someone says thank you for something? Doesn't it make you feel happy? And if it does, don't you want your body to feel that way? Don't you want yourself to feel that way? Why can't you look yourself in the mirror and say thank you? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being so beautiful. Thank you for being so happy and kind. Thank you for my organs. They're working. Thank you for my toes. Thank you for my hands that allow me to type and write and do all of the things, cook and clean and all the things. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for my feet and my knees and my back that hold me upright. Right? It doesn't mean you have to do it all the time, but let's take some time out and start doing those things. When we thank that, you know what I do? And I'll tell you, I don't care what anyone says or believes. I speak to my water and I speak to my food. So I don't know if you heard me, even when I was making her noodles. I don't just make noodles. We call them gourmet noodles, but they have to have fresh veggies cut up in them, all kinds. There's peppers and mushrooms and onions and celery and I forget what else.
Mom,
I think that's pretty close.
And just chicken
and some chicken, right? Or sometimes leftover whatever was in the fridge. But yes, always be grateful for your channel. But yes, baby. But okay, Grace, I'm talking. I love you so much, but you have to focus on eating. So the whole point is when you're speaking to that, so if I'm angry, upset, anxious, or stressed, I don't cook. Welcome back, Letitia. Welcome back. I don't cook if I'm angry or stressed because that energy goes into your food. When I drink water or anything that I drink, I speak love and joy and happiness and gratitude, especially in my water. Every time I take a sip of the water, I have my little gratitude pouches and I put it in my water bottle. And then every time I look at it, I speak into the thank you. And every time I drink this water, let it flow through my cells and heal my body. Speak it into existence. Talk to the water. I love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm grateful for you. All the things. And when you start drinking it and you actually notice it, you feel it in your body. I went to school today and learned about so much. That's great. What did you learn? We love show and tell. Okay. I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay, my one hand holding tight my other hand. Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. Amen. Recall your nearest to death experience. What a miracle that we continue through these times. We keep showing up, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. Our body shows up for us. It fights for us. It's trying to fend off sickness. It's always trying to heal itself. It never stops. And all the outside stress and all the outside struggle make it a lot harder to do that. So when we take that time and we're extra thankful for those things, you got two, so I'm going to read both of them because when it comes out like that, they come out like that for a reason. You didn't come into this world. You came out of it. Like a wave from the ocean. You are not a stranger here. Affirm your animal nature today. Go outside and allow your body to respond to the earth and the sky. Sometimes it's just sitting in the sun and allowing the heat of the sun to just warm you up, just like a flower, you know, how the photosynthesis, oh my Lord, I can't talk, you know, what makes them grow, vitamin D, all of that sunshine, it does the same for us, and sometimes that's all we need. I learned about how the atoms in the string family are not the same. In the string family? That's interesting. That's actually kind of interesting. You have to tell me, you have to go into a little more detail, but kind of cool. All right, so yeah, you're learning how to show, you're trusting in your process, you're showing up, you're continuing to do what you do, you're getting rid of negativity, you understand that there comes a point in time you're going to always be working through it, but you know you don't have to fight so hard for it. You're starting to get into flow state, and you're starting to thank your body, thank all of the things around you, thank God for all of the things that you already have. Stop focusing on what you don't have and just start focusing on what you do have and allow all the good things to come. The Adams family and the string families are instruments. I did not know that. The Adams family, I maybe, you might have me way confused because the Adams family is a show. I don't know what the string family is. All right, so we got star bathing. So that doesn't just mean sitting out in the sunlight. Sitting out at night under the stars is a whole nother thing, especially on full moons and stuff. That moon has a kind of energy you'll never begin to understand until you sit out and absorb it. And then we have child of the cosmos, right? You're following your path. And then Earth School. I'm going to read this one because I love this one so much. We're all children of the cosmos, and when we start understanding that and start following what lights us up and what brings us joy, we actually we grow exponentially, and things just become easier and easier. Oh, one more. All right. Also, angel number 60, which is balance, alignment, reciprocity, all kinds of good stuff. And we made instruments today. It was so fun. Like, so far, I learned a lot in Spanish class. Very cool. Grace my face. I don't think she would like that. Okay, so Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. I think, Amaya, this one's just for you. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity helps us in this understanding. Each year, the study deepens more and more. If you pull this card while you're going through a difficult time, you're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. Pulling this card can also mean that you're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structured learning, such as university, school, or a training course. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the #1 way that we grow as souls while we're here on Earth. How are you being called to grow or learn? And I just packed my lunch for school tomorrow. If I forget again, my mom won't be bringing my lunch. Oh. Well, yeah, she's not going to bring it for you if you forget. That's well, I pack my kids' lunch and I make sure it's in her bag. But you're only young too, eh? I forget how old you said. Okay, hold on. I got to go help my kiddo again. Yeah, I'll be back. Why you always just make messes, my kid? Just hurry up. Hey, but I'm working, and you're not allowing me to do that, which is not being very patient. No more messing around in a minute. Hurry up and sit down and eat. All right. This is mom life. If y'all are like, oh, I want a kid. We don't do the 6-7 thing here. I'm sorry. That is like... There's too much really messed up stuff there, and even if it started out as a good intention, it turned into some really negative thing. So we just don't want to be posting that here. Sorry, that's not what I align with. And anything that turns into negativity for kids and other children, I'm never going to be on par for. Anything that makes kids feel less than, or that they have to overdo it, compete, or compare to fit in, I'm never going to be okay with. That's just my thing. Okay, Miss Gray, stop playing with the water.
No.
Yes. It wasn't a question. It was a yes, get it done. It's not even that it's annoying. So like things started out really good, but then there was like all kinds of really messed up crap that were happening. And at first I thought, oh, that's cute, that's funny, because some of the things were fun. And then I saw how dark it got real quick. And the problem with when it comes with that, when you start supporting those things and allow it into your household, what happens is when the negative part comes in, it's already got the door open through the funny kind of things, and that's not okay. We can't follow and catch all the trends, but at the same time, I've seen some pretty raunchy stuff happen because of things like that. And a lot of the trends, you know, like look at the Tide Pod Challenge and all those things. Like, my Lord, what were people thinking? But like, it just is what it is. Some things are fun, the little dancing trends, and those ones, they're cute, they're fun. For adults, for kids, it doesn't matter. But just, you can't trust what it is anymore. You and your daughter have beautiful eyes. Oh, thank you for that. Personal growth, Moon in Taurus, self-esteem, Amias. You're figuring out your self-esteem. You're trusting yourself. You're understanding. Like, nobody can do it like you, right? That's the priority. When you start to realize, like, you are your own person, and you, in just the way you are, nobody else can ever do it just like you. And when you start to understand that and trust that, of course, what happens? Your self-esteem rises. You're more thankful for things like your body. You sit and you stargaze, and you sit in the sun, and you just trust, and you allow that to be just one big hug from the angels, which who doesn't want that? And then it says, reevaluate success. And that's really literally all we do. When we think about this, and if we think about it, just really kind of get out of the small picture and look at the big picture. Like, look, I have a goal for 500, right? But my first goal was to hit 300. I did that. Every time I've seen you, you keep upping the goal. And that's a good thing, because that keeps us moving and growing, and it's fantastic. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about who we are, but it's just seeing every time we hit that. Those are accomplishments. Those are things we've achieved. Oh yeah, you're going to hit it very soon. I don't think it's going to take that long. And I think that the more people that show up and see your artwork, and the more people that connect, right, I think it's going to happen. And I think going live helps a lot too. But sometimes it's hard to do that, because you just don't, it takes a lot of energy to do that. So I'm checking your capacity, and understanding that first is always going to be what you got to do in the beginning. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself out. I committed to 30 days because this is just, it was something new to try. And instead of being always, because all of my videos are teaching, and which is good, it's really good, but we want it to be more like, hey, checking in with you. What is it you need, you know? I'm trying to figure out how do you subtract? You take things away. Start with this and take things away, and then that's what the result is. And the only thing, but you know what else happens when you start adding things, incorporating new things into your life, new good habits, new daily routines and motivations. You don't have to subtract, because you keep adding, and the things that don't align, they just fall away. So if we look at that like from a literal thing, you just keep adding, and the things that don't belong anymore, they fall away, right? You'll process through it as you go. I believe the chat. I'll see you tomorrow after I get Don't dismiss new opportunities. There are many open doors. There's always many open doors. I believe the chat. I'll see you tomorrow after I get off school. All right, you have a great night. You take care. Don't stay up late, and don't forget your lunch. All right, Unbound. Ooh, I like this one. Birthing a New Age and Unbound. I'm going to read this one because this is all your creations. Just remember that. All your drawings, all the things that you're doing, you're inspiring other people to do it. You're inspiring other people to try to say, yes, I can do that. And people tend to forget that that's the most important. You don't have to be perfect. It's okay to do it messy. It's okay to show up. You know, I've had times where I've had to speak and my hands are shaking because, or my brain goes into survival mode because I don't know, I know what I want to talk about, but you want to get it out and then you're like, blah, 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 and it was like, whoa, right? Because you don't know how to slow down and get it out. And it takes practice, right? And when you do it and you're anxious and you're nervous, it's a little harder to do, but we still do. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you learn about the atoms and string family. Well, how about I'll look it up today. I will do my very best to remember. I'll look it up, Google it, and see what happens. And then I'll let you know tomorrow when you show up. Fair enough? No, I'm going to be paraphrasing. We're not going to go into, I'm not writing a whole essay, but I will look it up for you, okay? Fair enough? Oh, where did I put my book? Right here. All right, so we got Unbound. What number is that? Usually when it takes me a minute to flip to it, that means the angel number matters. 108, which is 9, which is endings, releasing. Oh, it's the very last one. All right. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It's time to release the old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? My Lord, I can't read today. When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When you acknowledge these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It's time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. So this is the affirmation for this one. I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound. It means we're not letting those old patterns, the negative stories, all those things that I teach nonstop about releasing and letting go. Sometimes we do have to unlearn some things to move forward, and that's good. And so what you start to notice or what you're seeing is it's not always about checking this gotta go, this gotta go. Sometimes it's just as simple as incorporating one little thing at a time, right? Adding one little extra thing, a little bit of gratitude, adding a couple of affirmations, adding a couple extra steps, add a little exercise, add a 5 minutes on the rebounder, adding something good into your diet, right? More fresh fruits and vegetables, right? Things like that. It can start very, very small, but very quickly it will exponentially grow out. And that's the most important thing. And you're starting to see that. You're starting to see it's not about loss or having to lose things. Transformation. And look at the way it's stuck on my hand. That's a good one, too. Miss Grace, will you do me a favor? Will you go get my water bottle, please? I forgot to grab it. Starseer and transformation. Who doesn't love a little transformation? And I believe that's kind of what you're going through right now, Amaya. What number is that? 53. I'm angel number 53, too. Are you going to get it for me, please?
Oh, Mama.
Oh, my goodness. Are you going to die? I made you noodles and you can't get me a water? Fine. You hear this, kid? Self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with your feelings, cocooning before the butterfly, being gentle on yourself, and an angelic embrace. This painting started with the name. I needed a hug, so I painted one. During the creation process, the image underwent a profound transformation. You just about hit your face on the corner. Can you please be careful? Okay, stop crying. Don't do that. That's being fake. Don't do that. Thank you. Now go sit down.
I want my kitty.
You have your kitty. You don't need to whine. Okay. The card signifies going inwards and being truly present with wherever you are at in your process. It emits a sense of self-nurture and a space that is held as a container for our delicate and vulnerable gestation periods. The final image is filled with blessings, like an angelic embrace. This care emanates from the being, implying that she is creating it for herself, which is exactly what we're all doing when we show up, right? We just keep creating it for ourselves. The most powerful healing comes from a place of presence and acceptance for all that doesn't try to fix anything or push things away. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection, and insight will come. The shadows can be released, and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if that is what you're holding on to, and laugh at the hilarious, ironic, divine perfection of it all. This card beckons you beyond your constructed outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn, and let your wings unfurl. That's what transformation is, and you're starting to understand that you've been going through this transformation continuously. The best way to explain it is like before you would want to fight it or no, this isn't right, this isn't the right way, this isn't happening. You know, there was always a question or a worry or a fear, and now it's like, no, it is happening, and I'm starting to understand it, and I'm starting to feel much better about it. So you're not fighting the transformation. You're learning how to flow with it. You're learning how to trust it. And that's actually pretty cool. All right, let's get an angel number for my Aquariuses.
Mommy, you said you love me.
I do love you. I always love you. Okay, can I have one for my Aquarius? What's the number of the month? Oh, 0606. Commitment. Loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual growth, and solutions. Living with honesty and light every day is a powerful way to cultivate a peaceful and meaningful life. By embracing truth, you unlock solutions and comfort. Let go of worries by expressing your emotions authentically and regularly. Open your heart to the future because the best is yet to come. 0606, that is the number for Aquarius. You've made that commitment to yourself. You trust in the transformation. You know you're constantly transforming, and instead of fighting or struggling with it, you're learning to be grateful for it. You're being thankful for your body, for your mind, for your heart, for your soul. You're getting out, you're doing more movement, you're incorporating new things and not focusing on subtracting or the negative things or removing things. You're focusing on incorporating small new things where it's not so much a feeling of loss or missing out on something. You're incorporating new things, and that things that don't align are just falling away, which is really when that transformation kind of starts to flow, right? There's no more fighting it or struggling it. It really is a good thing. What, baby? What's your problem, Miss Grace? Then we have, I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. You're understanding that to transform, there's always going to be good, bad, and ugly parts of it, right? And that's part of the transformation. Don't do the whining. That's not nice. You're not having anything. I didn't even eat my lunch yet. So we're not doing that. And you're not. You have your treats over there in the dryer. I'm not arguing anymore. That's what I have for Libra. I want to mark it down. So don't bring garbage over here. That's okay, but that's not going to happen.
Why?
Because you're not listening and you're not being respectful of the time. You have to understand the boundaries. We create them to uphold them, right? You got your lunch. You didn't even finish your lunch. Go finish your lunch and then focus on something else. Well, that's the rules, bud. You just yelled at me till I made you Mr. Noodles and then you took 2 bites and now you want a chocolate bar. That's not going to happen. It's just not. I'm sorry. You need to finish your lunch. Focus on that and then we'll talk about all the other things. Well, I'm just telling you the rules. Okay. So now we're going to move on to Pisces, but I'm going to give it 1 minute. I want another drink. Don't play with it. Eat it. I still have that written down on this page. I want to look up that book too. See, I've read a whole bunch of stuff and I have all my notes, but who's next? Pisces? What time do we got? Let's say 52. Let's say 53 minutes. Just for the timestamps. All right. Let's start fresh. I guess we're starting with the Moonology because it seemed that was the trend for the first 2 yesterday. So let's do it that way and see how that goes. And if we have time, we might get 1 more done. We'll see. We'll see how this day goes. Can I have a Moonology for my Pisces for the month of May? Something to focus on, to release. It's time to release negativity and your hard work is paying off. So again, learning how to not fear the worst. You want to take it easy there? You're learning how to not fear the worst, and you're understanding that as long as you keep showing up and you keep doing all the things, it is going to pay off. And trust is, it's such a funny thing because people talk about it all the time, but so many don't even know how to have it, how to keep it. Faith is it's the currency. It is the main currency in the world. And having faith in ourselves, having faith in the universe and the way God shows up for us it's a hard task for some people. What are you doing? Did you spill it? Did you spill it? I don't know. All right, for my Pisces. Okay, y'all are messing around today. Oh, I like this one. Set a meeting with yourself and keep it. Make it a priority. Treat that meeting like you would any other. Set aside 10 minutes to write down 5 values that are important to you. Keep the list in your pocket as you go about your day. Where did I pull that? I did that one. So, transformation all around, but also you're understanding that your hard work is paying off. You're making sure you're following your true north. You're getting clear. You're making sure that your morals and your integrity can't be waived, which, by the way, is a very honorable thing to do because there are many that don't. And once you learn it and understand it and you walk in that faith, that is something to be extremely proud of. So make sure you put that time and get focused. That's the one, eh? For one who finds joy within the self, rests satisfied within the self, and whose life is dedicated to self-realization, there remains nothing further for that person to accomplish. Because when we master learning ourselves, who we are, what we want, that's when we are truly at our best. We are unstoppable. How has your quality of life improved since you began your self-care journey? Reflect and celebrate your progress. And sometimes it's just, what is it that I did actually add? What is it that worked for me in the time of chaos? You're starting to check in. You're trusting that your work is paying off. You're learning how and what you used, what tools you had to bring you back to balance. You're sorting through every time. This was something that worked. This was something that worked. Now you're using it as a tool in your tool belt, which, by the way, is all, like, I teach it over and over and over again. And I believe, I have a pinned comment at the top, which has the link to my free workshop, where we start discussing that and showing you how to use the tools, to figure out what tools they are, and have a recurring belt full, so when chaos or something happens, you have somewhere to go with it. So, but you're learning all this stuff. You're understanding it. You're starting to trust it. And you're starting to reflect on your self-care journey. What have you learned? What tools have worked the best for you? And can you constantly reuse them? That's the one, eh? Eclipse in Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Serve your highest purpose. Free will. You're learning about free will, and you're understanding you get to choose. You get to co-create with the universe. You get to make things happen. 56 on the clock. You have free will, and you can choose to show up and be negative or worry, which you're not, by the way. It says release, and it means that, okay? You can focus on this and create more and more of that, or you can release the negativity and trust that your hard work is paying off. And you're choosing to use your free will to do that. You're choosing positivity. You're choosing to trust. You're choosing to understand what this really is all about. And that's pretty exciting. Let's get this one. I don't think I did the other one either. Did I?
Good morning.
What do you mean good morning? It's good afternoon. What is it?
I'm reading.
No, I didn't. Okay. My desk is not big enough. So, let me have this one first. Can I have one for my Pisces? What are we focusing on for the month? I see we're releasing negativity. Break the chain. Yeah. So that was the other one for Aquarius, was Unbound too. So there's a lot of, and with the 2 full moons this month, there's a lot of things that are happening. We're breaking free from a lot of things, and a lot of it's the old patterns, the old negative thoughts, all of those things. And I think it's on a global scale. I don't think it's just one sign, one small group of people. I think it is actually something that is happening all across the world, and it's a fantastic thing. It really is amazing. What number? 60. What? It was 60 on the other one too. Now I gotta look, because that's gonna drive me nuts. Hold on one sec. Was Earth School. That was for Amaya. So, yeah. Angel number 60 is important, because that came up for both of them, but at 2 different books, 2 different decks. When it does that there's a reason for it. And it says you're already doing it. This is break the chain, and then at the bottom of the deck it says you're already doing it. Yeah, you're choosing. You've already made the choice, and you're actively doing it. Good for you. Okay. Ancestral patterns. And the other one was Unbound for Aquarius, which, by the way, Pisces is a water sign, Aquarius is an air sign, and I just really want you to understand that for it to be unbound, break the chain, these patterns that we're releasing and letting go of, I'm very, very, very certain that it is more of a global thing and it's happening all around. We're starting to trust ourselves. We're starting to walk in our own divine authority, and we know things are going to go up and down. You're right, like what goes up must come down. It's always going to be that way, and it's going to continue to be that way, and we're learning how to ride with it and not hold on to all this, and that's pretty cool. Pisces, good for you. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You're being called to heal your family line or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line, healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous field for up to 7 generations back. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Often they are not even ours to begin with, but we do not know another way of being, so we continue playing out the drama. The thing you notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Energy is freed up. You are being guided now to now look at your life and decide how you want it to be. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? Now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think this is happening on a bigger scale, and people are releasing the old, the negative, all of the worry and the fear and all of the things. Good job. And they're starting to trust in themselves. So the affirmation, what are you doing?
Mom, I got noodle on my face.
Well, get it off your face. Go wash your face. What old ways of being from your family line are you ready to let go of? Seek assistance from your support team, tribe, friends, healer, coach, etc. to begin freeing yourself from it right now. Those patterns and all the unhealthy ways of being, the negativity, the fear, the anxiety, all that stuff, that comes from years and years and years of family and past. You just headbutted my face. Okay, no, you're not being very nice right now.
Can I hug you, please?
Not like that.
Can I hug you, please?
You need to behave nicer. You just headbutted my face, and that wasn't nice. Go sit down. That's not how you ask for something. First of all, eyes on me. If you want, no, you're not listening. So I'm not going to help you if you're not going to listen. What is it that you want?
That's a treat.
No, eyes on me.
What?
And ask for what you want. Use your words.
Can I hug you, please?
They're on the dryer.
Oh.
You can't have another one of those until I'm done my work. You can have your sweet treats on the dryer. There's lots of chocolates there. No, you're being picky over what you get, and that's not fair. If you're not going to work with me and you're not going to compromise, then you won't get any at all. Because that's too much sugar, bud. What do we got here? The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. You're learning how to show up for your inner child. You're learning how to be kind. Ooh, the void. I just got done talking about that. The still point. That was in the other episode. In that void, that's the cocoon. That's all the things they've been talking about. You're learning how to show up for yourself. You're learning how to love yourself through it. You're learning how to set boundaries, because even with our children, sometimes it's not so easy and you have to be the bad guy. You're learning that sometimes it's okay to be... You're learning not to hold it over your head, and you're okay with being the villain in somebody else's story. Don't do that. It will be bedtime for you. You'll go right in and you'll sit in your room with no TV. You know the boundaries, and if you continue to push them, you're going to be the one who's sad, not me. Do you understand? And angel number 70. Well, you know the boundaries. We've worked together. We've had these conversations over and over. So if you're not going to work with me, you don't just get to get sugar and treats because you demand it. It doesn't work that way. So stop fake crying, because that's what you're doing. You can choose from what you have out of your basket, or you can have nothing. That's your decision. But you're not going to sit here and cry or scream about it. You have two choices. Okay, either way, if you cross the boundary, then it will be time out. That's it. All right, golden children, children of the sun, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. Golden children are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age and begin answering and sharing it early in life. Due to their unique intelligence, they may find themselves easily bored at school. Most have never incarnated on Earth before, and so, if they're not supported in the right ways, they struggle with physical life here. They're often referred to as new humans. If you pull this card, it may be a sign that you're being called to mother, father, or nurture a child. You may be called to tend to your own inner child, a creative idea or project, or a new beginning. To treat yourself or the new beginning with sweet, tender love. To nurture and nourish it. To give it every chance to grow and reach adulthood. To encourage it, to water it, to see the world through the innocence of a child. To see yourself and all others as innocent children. To remember that deep down, everyone is trying their best, and if they're treated with a tender heart, they'll not harden as they journey through this great adventure called life. How can you treat yourself or others more tenderly? Right? It's learning how to nurture our inner child. And yes, I always and learning to put boundaries to yourself. Yes, we want to nurture them. Yes, we want to love them, but we can't always give in to the point where they get their own way and then they don't respect the things that you're saying or doing. So there always has to be a balance. Hi, Tommy. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm just doing Pisces right now. Sorry, my brain couldn't. I couldn't come up with the word. I'm doing Pisces, and then I'm on day 5 of 30, and I hit my 300 subscribers. Yay! So I only have 200 more to go to hit my goal for the 30 days. But either way, I know we're gonna hit it. Just keep showing up, and as people come, I can do these readings and kind of help along the way. So kind of exciting. I saw all the fish you caught. My Lord, that was a lot. Way to go. You said they're catfish, eh? Some of them, was it that picture or the one before? My grandma used to cook the best catfish. I haven't had catfish since my grandma. I'm kind of sad because it's really good. All right, for my Pisces, give me one of these. Why are you fake whining right now? Okay, but if you think that's how you're going to get your way, that's not how it goes. Okay, so how do you use your words properly? Oh, see? You know how to do that. Blue cat, Sunday, skates. Yeah, that was this. It looks like a stingray, eh? Is that what that one was? I didn't know they were called skates. Where do you live? In Florida? I always just called them stingrays. I didn't even know the difference. But when I lived in Florida, we used to go Fort Pierce. I think it was called Little Jim's Bridge or something. We used to go there and fish right there, and the dolphins would sometimes come up. It was pretty cool. For my Pisces, what is the focus? Trusting in your hard work, using your free will to show up, putting aside time. You're doing good, actually. Route 66 Museum. I haven't been there in a long time. A long time. Hi, Cole. How are you? Like a really long time. Almost 20 years? 19 years? Very cool. That is something very cool. All right. Yeah, we got for my Pisces. You're surrendering. You're starting to trust the flow. By the way, that Aquarius was similar in what it was doing, but the difference between Aquarius was like they're starting to understand it. You're past the understanding. You're actually choosing. You're using your free will to make that choice. You're releasing negativity. You're not focusing on that. You're trusting that your hard work is paying off, which is pretty amazing because when we do that, we learn to surrender and kind of, oh, look, I flipped right to it. That doesn't happen very often. Yeah. Trust. Letting go of control. I was just talking about trust too. This is a hard thing to do, especially if you're hyper independent or you always got to do things yourself, figure out your own way. You've been taught that it's not safe to trust, right? You barely trust yourself sometimes, and I know we all go through that phase. This point of surrender is really, really hard, so good for you. Receptivity, yin energy, inner knowing, intuition, synchronistic opportunities, getting out of your way, the path of least resistance, allowing who you naturally are to flourish. Surrendering can be one of the hardest things to do. Trusting that we can achieve more by loosening our control can take great courage. Sometimes the most constructive way to forward is to stop forcing things into being. Rather than allowing, inviting, and drawing a project into being, the energy here is of frustration, as if you are pushing something heavy up a mountain. At these times, gravity or flow doesn't seem to be on your side. Use this awareness as a guide when you start to detour from your path. When control is released, so too is resistance. One of the biggest skills we can learn is to get out of our own way. When we are in receptive place, we are open to a world of opportunities and the great mysteries can unveil themselves. The mind loves to control the outcome, but this only creates limitations. It can feel scary, but when we allow ourselves to be caught by the universe, a myriad of possibilities open up to us. This painting is called A Star is Born, and its message is about becoming the star you came here to be. You can reach your peak life experience through surrendering and allowing who and what you are to truly flourish. Today, be more by doing and trying less. This advice goes against the grain of our striving culture that encourages us to source from outside ourselves and to busy ourselves out of a natural state of an all-knowing bliss. Surrender is a key element in the creative process. When I let go and flow, allowing intuition over direction, I find I create far more powerful works. That is not to say our lives should be left to the slipstream, sorry. I can't read today apparently. The message is about freeing ourselves from the paradigm of control and force. Yes, we can achieve with this mode, but we also lose opportunities for magic. A synchronistic meeting, following our intuition, and being in the right place at the right time can outweigh months of careful planning, which is so, so true. Loosen your hold on the reins and know that the universe will catch you. Trust even though things are not as you imagined. Stay poised and aligned with your purpose. At the last minute, the situation will reveal its magic. Yeah. Pisces, you're flowing. You're actually taking the energy of water, of that of which you are, and you're allowing it to be. You're not trying to climb the mountain. You're flowing through it like a stream. And you're trusting in your hard work. Instead of focusing on the negativity, you're using your free will, your God's given free will, to let go of this. You understand how heavy it is, how much that weighs you down, and you don't want to do that. So you're using that free will to trust in your hard work. You're understanding that you put in the hard work, you're doing it, you're still doing it, you show up every day, you do the things you're supposed to do, right? You're taking that time, you're understanding, you know what your morals, your values are. You cannot be swayed. You're not going to go do something stupid because you know exactly who you are and what you want, right? You're reflecting on your self-care journey. You're understanding exactly as you go where the healing comes from, where you need to trust, where you got to let go, and you're just allowing it to flow. You're still showing up, doing all the action steps that you've learned along the way, but you're not fighting to open doors anymore. You're trusting that these opportunities, these pathways, the ideas, the things that are coming to you, they're not there to distract you. They're there to serendipitously flow you to your next stop, to your next open door, to the opportunity that helps you get exactly where you gotta go. You're not worrying about it anymore. You're just trusting the process. And that's a hard thing to do. You're letting go of those old negative patterns, the fear, the worry, the shame, the guilt, all the things. You're letting go and you're trusting in your own effort. You're trusting in the universe. You're trusting in God. You know it's going to come just that way for you. And it's going to come in a delightful way. The gut feeling, you're trusting your intuition. You're learning what flow state really actually means. You're understanding it and you're saying, okay, I know what these tools are. I know how to get to flow state. I know how to quiet my mind so I can hear the things. You're taking the things you've learned along the healing journey and actually applying them. I can tell you all day long, journal, do this, do that, and they are all great things to do. So I'm not talking any crap on them, but I need you to understand that if I'm not telling you what we're supposed to be journaling on or focusing on or how to apply it in the moment, it becomes a lost tool. Because if people have to focus so hard on what am I supposed to do with it and I don't know how to do this and now I have to ask for help, what's going to happen? You're going to fall back, you're going to throw it away because it's just too hard. You're starting to trust. You put all that work in, you did the healing journey. Well, we're always on the healing journey, but there's a point in time where you're healing, and as you're healing, you start to understand, I'm always going to be healing. There's always things, but I'm healed enough to take the next step. I'm healed enough to open my mind and listen for the next flash of intuition, the next idea that's coming to me and where that will take me. I'm learning to trust that gut feeling. So you start seeing 0440 all over the place. Get present. What's going on? What are you hearing? What conversations are happening? What were you thinking at the time? How was your body feeling? Get extremely present. Full body scan. Because that's your flash. That's your gut feeling. That's your alignment. Showing you exactly where you got to go. Intuition, integrity, relationships, value, insight, perception, love, and commitment. Trust your intuition. It's more than just a feeling. Be genuine with others and prioritize meaningful relationships. Remember to bring value to every interaction. Treat others with respect, as your actions will return to you in kind. Be mindful of boundaries, as too many voices can cloud your journey. It's great to take in ideas. It's really great to have suggestions. It's great to have outside help when we're struggling or we just need a little direction. But when we get to that space where we start to trust ourselves, that's the best thing, right? Sometimes, yeah, we might need a little help to quiet our mind or to learn some tools, which is what I teach the most of. But we may need that sometimes to help us quiet our mind, but that doesn't mean that we reach out, that we are forever asking others. The idea is to learn to check in with ourselves, to trust our gut feeling, to use our free will to show up and love ourselves, show up for ourselves, affirm ourselves, do all of the things that we need for ourselves. When I teach you the things that I teach you, when you work with me, when we do the strategy calls, the clarity calls, when I do my group sessions, my workshops, the focus is not on for you to come back forever. It's to get you empowered so you know how to do it. You have tools that you can come back to every single time you've learned how to apply them. You're happy, you're content, you're successful in applying them. And then when you go out, yes, you know you have a confidant that you can come back to if you're struggling and you need a little guidance in the moment or something feels unclear. But the idea is that you're checking in with yourself first so that you trust yourself. So when those words, when those ideas, when those suggestions come, you know what to say. You're like, is that for me? That doesn't feel comfortable to me. That's probably not for me. Or maybe that feels uncomfortable for me because I'm a little nervous about doing it. Learning to discern the difference is the only way to understand when people are telling you the right thing. And to do that, you have to know yourself. You have to check in with yourself. You have to trust those emotions. You have to know how to release what it is. Get rid of negativity, trust in your hard work, and you got to know how to follow your intuition. My high vibe thoughts create health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. And that's literally what it is. You're done with the negativity. You're choosing you. You're choosing to love yourself just like a little child. You're giving yourself grace when it's needed. You're checking in. You're being accountable when things, maybe aren't perfect. Could I have done that better? But instead of punishing yourself when something wasn't perfect, you're saying, yeah, I could have done that better. But I still did better than what it would have been before. So you're learning to celebrate all the ways, all the progress along the journey. And in doing that, in doing all those things, you're breaking that chain. You're not carrying that negativity. You're giving yourself the empathy. You're giving yourself the grace. You're being accountable. You're holding your own self accountable, which is the hard work. And you're trusting in it. You know it's paying off because you refuse to hold on to this. You're not holding on. You know you have free will. You can pick it up and carry it and weigh yourself down, or you can just let it go and trust in your hard work. Trust that everything you've been doing to this point, and everything you continue to do move forward is only going to open more and more doors for you. It's going to show you all the opportunities. You're trusting in yourself. You're trusting in God. You're trusting in the universe, your angels, your spirit team. You're trusting in the people that are coming into your circle, the people that are coming in that want to see you grow, that want to boost you up and show you exactly who you are. It's being mirrored back to you. You're seeing it in the people that are coming into your life, which is pretty exciting. That's what I got for my Pisces. Y'all are killing it. Aquarius was good. Pisces, you guys are you're really maximizing the use of free will, and you're using that free will to choose you and how you apply things in your life. And that's, like, if I could break it down in like a 1 minute thing, that's really what it seems to be. And then when you get rid of those chains, when you get rid of those negative thoughts, the ideas, all those things, you create space for yourself, and it's pretty impressive. 53, what are we at? 1, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1,
Mommy, I love you so
23. I love you so much too. So I still have 40 minutes. I might do just one more.
Mama, do you treat me like you do?
Do I what?
Treat me like...
Well, how do I treat you? You're going to fall on your head with a heart? Oh, I love you. I love you.
You want food for school?
So I just did Aquarius and Pisces. I think I'm... Hey! Do you want to break your head?
Mama, where are my feet?
They're on the dryer in your basket where they always have been. All right, so I'm going to pull one more. Or if you're here, if whoever's here, I've already done Libra, Scorpio. That was yesterday. Day 5 I did Aquarius, Pisces. So if you're in here and you're not one of those and you want me to pull for you, then I will. Otherwise, I'm going to shuffle and we'll see who gets next. It looks like we might be doing Capricorn. It's interesting. That is air, earth, maybe look. Yeah, air, water, and earth. No fire today. That's okay. What do we got? Let's do 124. I have to write these down or I'll forget, and then we got to go and search through them. And I like it so people can go through and search along the way. They can just click right to it, right? All right. I think I need a bigger desk. All right. So we've been doing Moonology because that kind of seems to be the theme. And with 2 full moons this month, It's a lot of moving parts, a lot of kind of alignments, a lot of stuff going on. Same with April. April was a lot of stuff going on. So with all that going on, we definitely want to make sure we're maximizing what we can do best for ourselves. So this is for my Capricorns. Conclusions are within reach. And a time for healing. That's good. Because there is going to come a time and place where if we don't take that space and the time to heal, we're going to miss out on a lot. But it says conclusions are within reach. So there may be something that you've been working on or something that you've been trying to heal that might actually be coming to a place where it's starting to calm down. It's not festering or agitating you. It's kind of like that cocoon period where you're starting to trust in yourself. Not trust in yourself. You're learning to trust in yourself. You have to, I don't want to back it up like that, but it's like there's some things that you've been trying to work on, trying to understand. But it's like, you know you have to heal it. You're taking that time. You're learning how to sit with it. You're not fighting through it. You understand that there's a time for healing, and these things are coming up, and they're coming up so they can be healed, which is good because it looks like you're just at a different stage because the unbinding and the break the chain for Aquarius and Pisces, you haven't broke the chain yet, but you're looking to do it. You're learning to do it, and you're sitting with yourself, understanding that this is the time to heal. And it's okay to take that time for yourself. Nothing is going to help you more in this world than taking that time to heal. Can I have the self-care for my Capricorns for the month of May? What do we got? Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. Yeah. Whatever it is you're understanding that to heal it, you've got to take the time to sit with it. And sometimes it's not, we got to face it. We have to be accountable in our own right, and we have to validate why we feel that way, what it is, or we can never go back to heal it. We have to understand what exactly it means, why it is, especially when it comes to traumas or things that we're really angry over. Sometimes we have to check ourselves. We got to go through it. We got to understand what it is that made us that upset about it, what hurt us, and that's the only way you're going to heal it. And I think you're about to sit and take that time. You're ready to face it. You're saying, okay, the only way past this is through it, and you're taking that time for you, and that's good. The ability to change your mind is an incredible gift. Honor it as such. Allow yourself to change your mind about something today and fully enjoy it. And that's good, because when we learn how to change our mind and make those different decisions, healing doesn't feel so painful. It doesn't feel so heavy, right? And the more you practice changing your mind over the little things, these simple little things, when you have to change your mind and make decisions, this isn't even your card, it's from the last one. I didn't shuffle it yet, but I stayed there for a reason. When it's time to break those chains and change your mind on those patterns, thought processes, all those things that have been weighing you down that were not healthy for you, were not good for you, you're learning, the more I change my mind, things are not painful. They're a gift, and I'm allowed to do that. And these things, when I change them, it usually ends somewhere brighter, somewhere nicer. And that's a good thing because it's positive. So when you do decide to make that change, when we're letting go of these kind of things, right, it's a lot easier because you're seeing how much of a gift it is to change your mind. And when it ends in something beautiful, it becomes less scary to take that time for yourself. So it's really a good thing. Okay, landed on me too. Once you embrace your value, talents, and strengths, it neutralizes when others think less of you. As you fall asleep, reflect upon your value, talents, and strengths. Yeah. You're understanding that you're here. So you must have these talents and strengths. Maybe you don't know exactly what they are, or maybe you know what one or two are. You just haven't quite felt empowered enough to go for it. But you're starting to focus on them. You know that in healing, you've got to focus on the good. Yes, we have to understand the bad, and we have to learn what it's teaching us. But if we let that weigh us down and forget to focus on the good, then we lose sight of the end result. And then we're so scared of the dark, and we're so scared of the path that we run away. The way these are landing on me like this is 3 in a row. Stride out into new territory. Sun in Sagittarius. Adventure. You're understanding as you heal, as you start to trust. This is an adventure, just like anything else that you would do. You're starting to trust. Focused. I love it. I love it. Adventure. That's so good. And harmony. And reorganization. You're just shifting things around. It was just 131:13 as I said that. You're shifting things around. You're trusting in this endeavor. And you know it's a higher purpose. You have to discover who you are, what you love, and your passion. Healing is not a bad thing. It's not something to be scared of. It's only scary because we're so afraid about making decisions and changing our mind what's going to happen. The fear of the unknown. But you're doing these little things, these small little gifts. You're learning how to make those decisions and change your mind and see that it didn't end up bad. And in doing that, you're starting to get ready for the adventure of learning and understanding yourself. Yeah, order. Appreciate it. That's actually really good, and that's pretty impressive. I'm not even mad at that. Because when we make that decision to heal and we take that time for ourselves, it takes a lot of trust. And I don't care what anyone says, you have to trust in yourself before you trust in anyone else. Started changing my barrel on the Savage just before you started with Pisces. Is that the gun? Just got it headspace and going back in the stock now. Yeah, it's gun. Okay, I didn't think about that. And I'm like, what? I haven't shot a gun since I was probably 25 or 28. Just got back. Hello, how are you again? I am good. Welcome back. Welcome back. Ooh, that one came flying. We have Earth pulsing and we the Hathors, the blue flame. Trust the timing. You're going into your cocoon. That's really what you're going into your cocoon. You're saying this is going to be an adventure, and you're not letting it scare you anymore. You know that to go into that cocoon and start healing yourself and looking through all of the things, you know the end result is going to be to your benefit. 1000%. Trust the timing. I'm going to read this one because it's really good. The Blue Flame. Sometimes when they do story time, I got to lay it out just the way they do it because the breath of the cosmos. You're starting to trust in the stars. Uh-oh, my phone's ringing. Possible spam again. No, don't answer it. Yeah, it's a spam call. We get lots of them. 825. I don't know where that's from. Anyways, I always get calls when I'm on here. It's kind of funny. How are you, Cole? I hope you're doing well. Good evening, lavishly. Oh, Letitia. Yeah. Is there someone else? I can't see everybody, I think. Unless you type in the chat, I don't get to see you. The Blue Flame. Ooh, angel number 40. So that's solid foundations. That's your stability. Good. This is a good one. Spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Yeah, you're going into healing, but you're not fighting it anymore. You're just trusting. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening. It can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. This isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it is spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. An awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. If you're in the midst of an awakening, the process never ends, by the way. So, yeah, but when you're in the middle of it and you don't know, it can be very scary. And that's why this is coming up like this. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes you're going through. This is the affirmation that goes through this. I gotta take a phone call. Okay. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. Capricorn, you are literally going into your healing. You're letting yourself get excited about it instead of freaking out about it. And a lot of times when these things come up and we have to heal them, our first thought, our first feeling, our first actions are push it away. I don't want to deal with this. Like, it's avoidance. This doesn't feel good. I'm not going to feel happy about that. But when we do that, we push away the most amazing thing that we have going on, and that's going to actually align us to much better things in life. And sometimes we got to let go of a lot of things to get there. But you're saying, okay, I have the ability to change my mind, but why don't I just follow this through? And especially if it is spontaneous awakening, it can be a little more hectic because you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on. The realization comes like a pile of rocks, landing on your head, and you're like, what the hell's happening to me? And it's just when you start to see past the veil, you understand that to move forward, the only way to move forward is to heal those things. Getting rid of the negativity, understanding to get rid of it, you have to heal it. You have to understand where it came from. You got to follow it back, trace the patterns. And when I tell you, it's a lot of work. And that's why when I said you're deciding to heal, you're trying to treat it like an adventure, though, which is kind of cool, like a discovery. And the priestess. You already know. You know what you got to do. You're doing the thing, but the priestess is that inner knowing that you're starting to connect. You're starting to see through the veil. You're starting to trust in spirit. You're starting to get those voices and the nudges, and not the crazy voices. Well, you might think you're crazy in the beginning, to be fair. You may think that in the beginning, but I promise you it's not. It's just you're learning to integrate it. So just like anything else, finding the balance. If you're not grounded when those things happen, it can be a little scary, but you're not scared. You know to heal, to follow your higher purpose.
No, you love me all the way.
You're just trusting. You're treating it as an adventure, and you're saying, okay, we're gonna roll with this, and that's pretty cool. Oh, welcome back. Giancarlo, welcome. Hello, lady. Cool things of my city, art museum. They're a Roman architect building in Italy. That sounds cool. Very, very cool. Welcome back, by the way. Priestess. I forgot what I was doing. Ooh, angel number 46. Which is also new beginnings when you break it down to the one. How are you being called to step up and lead? The priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. Come in Italy for holiday. That would be amazing. That's on the bucket list someday. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission. Just the courage to stand up, embrace your struggles, the peaks, the troughs. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? You're literally saying, okay, I know what I gotta do. I've gotten to a point where the only way forward is to do this. The only healthy, sustainable way forward is to do this. And you're diving in, but you're not seeing it as a punishment. You're loving the fact it's okay. I can celebrate changing my mind at any given time. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of who I am. I understand my higher purpose. I may not know the whole way what it is at the end, but I know that this is part of my purpose. And to do that, I definitely need to take that time and focus on myself and heal what it is that I need to understand so I can find my next step. You're being a leader in just doing that. Even though you may not feel like that in the immediate, you truly are. You're a leader in your own right because of how you're showing up and what you're showing up to do. That's really good. And you got the priestess. You got the spontaneous awakening. Oh, that's a lot. Make sure you're giving yourself grace in this process. And it's not a bad thing. It's not at all. It's a wonderful thing. But in the immediate, I understand how that can feel. So in those times when it does feel a little overwhelming, make sure you give yourself grace. In Italy for holiday with your family. Oh, you're with your family? Oh, come in Italy. With your family. Whose family?
Mom, what is it? Mommy.
What, baby?
Mommy, what is the dinner time?
You just had lunch. It's only been an hour.
Mommy, are you going to...
Are you going to die,
Are
kid?
you going to have one stand dinner with me?
Communicate. Oh, yeah. Good for you.
We are making chicken.
We are going to have chicken for dinner if that's what you want.
Look,
So first we got
Mommy,
sacral
I'm talking
chakra.
about French fries.
Yes. Okay, but you got to sit down now.
Mommy, I'll go outside and play.
Okay, you can do that. Okay, so this was at the bottom of the deck. And the reason I'm holding this first is because the ungrounding, the way you're not feeling stable and safe is because of the sacral chakra, right? Your root and your sacral, that is your stability. That's where you feel your most, 144 on the clock, thank you. That's where you feel you're most safe. And when you feel safe and you have a solid foundation, branching out and doing new things is a lot easier. And you're recognizing the only way to feel safe is to start healing the things that need to be healed. And then, of course, communicating and co-creating with the universe, angel number 21, which is alignment. To become aligned, to move forward, to do what you need to do. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's long, but maybe I will. Sometimes reading these are a pain, but I'm being called to, so you're getting the story time. Sorry, guys. All right, we normally think of information as something that can be written or spoken, but if something is multidimensional, it is almost impossible to share it with words. I feel I have quite a lot of this information in my field now, and yet my intelligence cannot fathom it. Metaphor or song may hint at its vastness, but it's more like a reminder or catalyst that encourages something to stir inside the listener. Art is one way I have sought to share this information. Whatever language you speak, the emotion of the message of art and music can be understood. In my healing work, where I feel the energy that comes through the hands, there is a sense that my soul and that of the client are in deep conversation. I often feel that I am much more competent at conversation in these realms. My synesthesia allows me to navigate this information in real time rather than having to slow down and translate it into words that feel constricting and dull compared to the vast yet simple nature of what I am looking to express. This is why I paint. A lot of the work I do is in the unseen realm, but I understand that part of my role is to bridge these realities and inspire a wider understanding of what is possible. Thus, you may notice unusual looking codes in many of my paintings. I have experienced many visual downloads of luminescent coding that can be simple figures or complex, large enough to step or complex and large enough to step into for an activation or healing transmission. Sorry, my reading is brutal today. It is what it is. The download experience is extremely blissful, visual, and with a sense of fathoming the unfathomable. When I return to my normal state of being, the information no longer makes sense. People often ask about the codes in my paintings. I ask them to imagine a whole library's worth of information imbued in a single letter, then extending that to encompass a whole sentence. The codes can open us all to the multidimensional worlds that they share. They are portals to the edges of our conceivable realities. I have come to understand the codes are light language and have reveled in meeting other visionary artists who have painted almost identical light codes. As we evolve our conscious awareness, we start to pick up on information such as what those around us are about to say or that which the universe is trying to tell us. Yeah, that's the intuition. That's the when you're pulling from the collective consciousness. That's when you start to heal. You clear up your mind and you make room and make it a lot easier to do this stuff. The meaning of this card: how are you communicating beyond words? Perhaps you are being misunderstood because there is a dissonance between your words, actions, and behavior and what you mean to communicate. Words are like spells, so be conscious of what you say, as you may be verbally sabotaging your intended meaning. Also, be reminded that words can mean different things to different people. Something may be getting lost in translation. An issue may be cleared through improved communication. Listen carefully to what someone has to say without interruption. Furthermore, it may feel scary to share vulnerable truths, but this may be the only way forward. This card also encourages greater exploration in the realms of telepathy, healing, and the arts such as poetry, painting, and music, where there is collective communication beyond the mind. Yeah, that awakening for whoever. Okay, this is for Capricorn, but whoever needs this message, that is going to get this message. They may not be here on the live, but this is going to be for somebody who watches the recording, I'm pretty sure. Don't let it scare you. You're making you're trusting that it's your higher purpose. You are taking it as kind of an adventure, right? You know you got to reorganize some stuff going on, right? You got to figure it out. so you can move forward, because the other stuff is just weighing you down. Sometimes it can feel real heavy, but that's when you got to understand that you can change your mind, you can do things, you can make different decisions, and every time you actively make that choice, you're celebrating yourself more and more, and you're integrating all of that stuff in. Wish Wifey was here to hear this. Well, I've always posted, and actually, this is day 5, so it might take a couple of days, but I'm going to pull all the signs out and just post the signs. Is she a Capricorn? And is she that's why I do my workshops too. They're at 10 a.m. The one on the 14th, they're free. I have other workshops that may end up being paid, but the initial workshop is free, and that's why I post all these. Those times when I don't think people understand, not only did I have to go through trauma transition when I had my awakening and I was going through all this, I not only had to deal with losing everything, abusive people around me, all from every stage of the game, then I also had to deal with people laughing at me, telling me I'm crazy, because I think there's a better way, and no, people shouldn't be treated like that. And of course, in the beginning, you're very defiant, and you're very just want to tell everybody, because you just think everybody needs to know and everybody wants to listen, and you find out very quickly that many people don't want to hear it, don't want to deal with it. A crab. She's a Cancer. All right. That's good. Cancer. I could do Cancer tomorrow. Maybe what time is it? Yeah, I only got 8 minutes, so I can't do it today. But if you stop in tomorrow, I will definitely do Cancer first. But when we understand the transition and what goes into healing, and even when you think you're healing, and as you are, and when you try to share it with people, when you're kind of kicked while you're down and left to fend for yourself and told you're crazy, it can be really hard, and it's the hardest part, because you have to lose people close to you. You have to let them go, and you have to follow that intuition. You have to trust your gut. You got to follow the guidance, right? And you got to focus on the things that you know, your strengths. You got to focus on the things that are most important to you, all the other things don't bury you. It is a hard thing, and we talk about this journey all the time, and we want everyone to do it because it's amazing. But when we really stop and think about how much time, effort, heartbreak, absolute heartbreak, and trauma, because you're revisiting trauma that you've packed away, right? You didn't heal through it, you packed it away, which is why those triggers and stuff are coming up. But to heal that stuff, it's messy business. There's no fanfare, there's nobody cheering you on. Well, maybe some people get pretty lucky, but definitely not people cheering me on. So I know how hard it can be, and I know how scary it can be, and I know how heavy it can get. But once you get through the heavy, my God, on the other side, it's just, there are no words to describe how empowering, how amazing it is. Capricorn's taking new beginnings. Capricorn's taking that chance. That's what's happening. You're saying, I'm going to bet the farm on myself. I'm trusting in myself. I'm going to do the work, because nobody's going to do it for me. And if I treat this like an adventure and just understand, I'm just reorganizing some things. I'm just making things work, right? I'm changing my mind. I'm making a better decision. And I'm going to celebrate my strengths, and I'm going to be thankful for them, and I'm going to focus on them, because I'm not going to let the weight of this hold me down, because I've made it to this point, and I'm ready for my new beginning. 09. And if you notice, through this, there's been a lot, through all of these, there's been a lot of 09, 17, 53. It's mirroring back to yourself. It's telling yourself you can do it. You know, you're doubling up. You're putting the focus on you, not other people, not other things going on. How can I build, and how can I boost myself? How can I learn this along the way? And many of them, when they're coming to these lives, to the videos, when they pop in just like that, they're getting exactly what they need. And it's just that message meant just so they don't give up, just to keep you on that path, so you're trusting that the end is better. And it is. I promise you it is. Don't let the weight of it, and when things fall away, trust that it's there. The new BBL is now zeroed. Hopefully we see a coyote. Oh, you're going to take out a coyote. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think I'm a hunter. Fishing I'm okay with. Hunting, I don't know. I think I would feel too bad. I know what happens. I'm not judging. I would be just a mess. I don't think I could do it. So yeah, new beginnings, opportunity, courage, achievement, endings, new beginnings, adventure, and love. Keep an eye out for an opportunity that could change everything. You are completing something significant, and it's rewarding to see yourself level up. It's time to close an old chapter and embrace the new adventure that's about to unfold. You're not letting it scare you, even though it might have been spontaneous. You might have not really asked for it. You would have, it could have came, and a lot of times the towers that start these awakenings, it's just the last little bit of trauma or grief that your brain can take, your heart can take, and unfortunately that's how spontaneous things happen. But it's coming up so you can heal it, so you become unshakable. And you're trusting in that. You're genuinely trusting in that and understanding that it's for your higher purpose. And you're like, okay, I'm going to do what I got to do. We lost a cat. Yeah, that would break my heart. I've been doing what they taught us in the service ever since. Oh, I'm not judging. You're not ever going to hear me judge. I can't. I would be crying. I'd be a damn mess. I thought I wanted to do, like, my dad shot a deer once when we were young. Like, the cleaning the deer, I don't think bothered me near as much as I thought it should. But I don't know. It's not something that, like, if I had to actually do it, I don't know if I would actually have the balls to do it, to be honest. But, like, cleaning it wasn't the problem because it was already gone, but it's the life part. So I don't know. But you're never going to get judgment from me. I know to each their own, however they're living their life. It's not like you're going out there. I'm going to take them all out. They come messing with you. They get what they get. That's life. All right. When I lead from a place of love, people respect me. Capricorn, you're trusting in your own self, and you're taking this healing thing, and yes, I kind of being facetious, but you got to have a little fun with it. You're treating it as an adventure. You're treating it as a new beginning, which, by the way, 1000% it is. But you're understanding, I get to choose. I get to co-create. I get to communicate with the universe. And as I'm healing and I'm speaking this into the world, what is happening? I'm allowing all these great things to take place. I'm trusting that everything is going to come exactly the way it's supposed to because I'm doing the work. And that priestess, you absolutely know what's coming. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's not in my nature. That's true. Although I shouldn't say that, because when you ever just look at somebody walking down the street, like, and the first thing that comes to your brain is, why would they wear those pants? Or why that outfit? Or whatever. And then immediately, like, we're human, so things come into our brains. But, like, I immediately will have those conversations with myself, like, why is it your business? Like, literally, I say that to myself. But sometimes those thoughts, those are from other programs, the shoulda, woulda, couldas that people teach, right? Not that people teach, that like the media teaches, all the magazines and all that stuff. But I don't worry so much about judging or not judging. It's more, is it my business? Is it my place? And, when those things come in, does it matter to you? Do you actually feel strongly about that? No. So then it's not something, you're truly a beautiful soul, and I wish more people were like you. I appreciate that. And there are many more people like me. They just keep getting buried by all the other stuff, right? We're building our way up. It's one of those things. If I came on with drama every day and it was negativity and all kinds of crazy stuff, I'd have 20,000 subscribers already, right? Healing is messy business. Healing is not the most fun. People want to avoid it because it's uncomfortable, right? I have my moments. I usually am polite, but don't get it twisted. When I get angry, when my mouth lets loose, I make grown men cry. I can be very vile. It has been a very long time, but I remember those days, and I remember how they made me feel because I never meant any of them, but it was like, when you're angry, the things you can say, right? And so every time I think about things like that, I just remember, like, of course it hurt their feelings, but it also hurt my heart. I felt so bad about it. Every chance I got, I apologized, but it's like, you feel so bad about it. Do you want to have to go through that cycle? Like, it's just, I think as you heal, we all do stupid shit. We all have these things, and we all have those first thoughts, right? That initial thought that's not your intuition, right? And immediately it's not your intuition. It's not God. It's not the universe, because it's negative. It's literally like a judgment, and it's something that is not something you believe. So immediately, and it takes that time of being self-aware, which, by the way, that's what Capricorn's doing. So, like, 10,000 high fives. I can't even begin to tell you. But when you get to know yourself and you know who you are at the core, you can immediately say, yeah, that's not my thought. That's not something that I would generally think. That's not something that I would ever want. Even on my worst days, even on my angriest days, I didn't want to wish bad. I would never go against anybody and wish bad things on them for no reason, right? Even when it was the spewing argument. It was just the get back or the get even, or not get even, but in the argument, when you're spewing bad things, we could be pretty bad. But, once you understand that and you're aware of that, you don't want to do that, because you feel that. It comes back. You feel it immediately. And if you feel that, why do you want to do that to yourself? Healing is a journey, but once you see a different way and know there's a different way, how could you not want to do things differently? Like, you can't always be perfect, but the more you check on yourself, the more you celebrate yourself when you do things right, the easier it gets. Capricorn, that's what you're doing. Like, I'm really proud of Capricorn, actually. I know a couple of Capricorns in my life that were, they had some things to learn. We all have had, and I've actually prayed for them many, many times. So I don't know if this is for that one or not, but or those ones or not. But for the ones that are, trusting and understanding that it always helps when you see somebody else going through it. When you see them coming up and sharing and saying, "Yeah, you're not alone," it makes it a little easier to do it. So Capricorn, you are being a leader, because when you go into that healing journey and you take that in, I need you to understand that 9 times out of 10, that fight to do it, that decision to do it, means you're around a whole bunch of people that are not healed. Because the things that had to happen to make that brain say, F this, I don't want no more of that, is usually a lot of grief, a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. So to make that decision and to jump in, just remember, in your own right and in your own area, your own people, your own surroundings, you are a leader. And even if they're not following you, going with you, or if they're hindering you now, I promise you, they're going to follow along eventually. It'll make you sick. It'll kill you. It will actually kill you. Dis-ease, disease, cancer, all those things, that's what it comes from. Dis-ease. Because you're not speaking your truth. Because you're not doing the things that are best for you. Because you didn't know. Because you weren't taught. Because you don't want to. Because you're defiant. There's a million reasons. But that conflict, anger, shame, guilt, fear, all of that is what creates disease. And when it comes to that point, you're literally poisoning yourself with all that. Yeah, it's just, if I knew that when I was 12, that would have been amazing, but I didn't. Lolo Miranda, welcome. How are you? But it doesn't bother the ones we feel it towards. Yeah, it's not, but so, I've had a lot of crappy things happen to me, but let me tell you, I don't hate anybody. There's people that I could literally say that I hate, and nobody would bat an eyelash. Nobody would even. They would be like, I don't blame you. Like there would be nothing else they could say, right? They would just be like, yeah, you absolutely have the right. But I don't. I thank them because at the end of the day, I survived and I'm here, and I've overcome it. I'm not going to walk up and say thank you for damaging me. But at the same time, I'm not wishing them harm. I'm only ever going to wish healing. I believe anybody can change. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you think. You think anybody can change. But we can't make them change. They have to make that decision. And if they don't make that decision, you can't stick around and let them continue to tear you up while they're figuring it out. So that was a hard lesson to learn because when you come from a family of people that expect you to be them, you gotta lay yourself out so everyone else can have a step up. Everything's your fault. You have to figure it out for everyone else, and when you don't, you're a failure. That kind of thing is, it's hard to maneuver through, right? It's hard to get out of when you move into your adult life and you think that that's normal. You're allowing so much messed up stuff to happen, and then you want to carry those people and you want to just push them through and take them with you. And what happens is you end up drowning, and then nobody comes to save you. You have to save yourself. That's why when I do these things, I pray that the right people find them when I do my videos. And I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but I do have 300, which is huge. I just got that today. So, but as it grows, like these videos are going to be things that are going to actually help people along the way in the end, right? They're going to come around people, and I promise you, they're always going to get where they need them. I didn't believe that for a long time. I was like, yeah, right. Like, I'm just crazy doing this. Why am I doing this, right? I gaslit the hell out of myself. And then every time I was about to give up, I said, hi, are you leaving already? All right, thanks for stopping in. Have a good day. Yeah, if we let it weigh us down, if we absolutely let it weigh us down, then you give up, right? And every time I was about to give up, I would get these messages, I would get emails, I would get whatever, people just saying, you're doing a really good thing. You really helped me. I was struggling here. And that same message, the same thing that you're doing for other people, they're doing for you. Because I would have gave up and I would have said, it ain't worth it. Nobody gives a shit. And it could have very easily been the story, but it wasn't, and every time I get frustrated or I worry or I'm trying to build something and it's not going fast enough for my own liking, there's always somebody that comes right on time to remind me, we're not giving up. It's going to get better. You're building, you're growing. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And you're learning along the way. You're celebrating and lifting each other up along the way, which is exactly what we're supposed to be doing in this world. So at the end of the day, we just learning to have faith And it's a good thing. And people like you that come in and stop by and we have these conversations, it's good. Because the more that we have those conversations, those people that maybe aren't ready to join the conversation, at least they're listening to the conversation. And if just a little bit sticks, if they just try just a little bit, then it's a win-win, right? We're just planting seeds. That's it. Every time they come back, we nurture it, water it a little bit more. It will grow. It's just the way it is. And that's my job. That's what I'm doing. And I appreciate every single one of you that show up. I'm going to have to make a post because I hit 300 subscribers. It was just 21012. That was a lot to say. A lot of those numbers going on. Just remember, as within, so without. So when we can quiet the mind and find that balance, it's not about being extreme anything. It's about finding that balance and learning how to come back to it. Up in your head, do all the dreaming, do all that amazing stuff, and then ground it down to earth with all of the action steps you know. That's balance. Don't be so angry that you can't settle down and figure out, think about the other side who might hurt. Everything is balance. And when we can figure out how to walk that balance line in a healthy way, we're always going to win. And winning we are. And it's starting to show. Look at the way people are showing up and showing out in this world right now. It's pretty exciting. So tomorrow, it's going to be one or two things. It's going to be either more signs to get them done, or the full circle in Alchemy in Motion, which is episode 10, which is the final one, which is my favorite one. There's two of my favorites in the Alchemy in Motion, and it's the fire becomes creation and that full circle moment. You come back to that beginning, that thing that seemed like such a struggle and it was so hard, and after that healing, by the way, and there's many full circle moments. Those are the ideas, the aha, the clicks. But when you come back to that same situation with more knowledge, more wisdom, more compassion, the way you dance through it instead of, before you maybe had to crawl through it in the mud, you might even have belly crawled. But now look at all the things you learned, look how good you came, look at all the things you accomplished, then you come back to it. And instead of fighting your way through it, you're literally just gracefully walking through, you're dancing on through, and it's amazing. And then you get to the other side and you're like, because you're expecting this big craziness. It's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard because it was so hard last time. But you learn so much more. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you, Spirit. You learn so much along the way that you find the balance, and you don't even understand how easy it is because you've done all the things. God teaches us exactly what we need to know when we need to know it, so we can walk through. The first time around, it was a struggle bus. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. We'd figure it out, and it happens. That's how we learn. But then the second, the third, the fourth time, by the time you get to that full circle moment, using the tools and learning all the things that we're teaching, you just dance through it, and it's amazing. And you look on the other side, and you're like, holy crap, how did I get here? And I really, truly hope that along the way, I actually get to help many people have that full circle moment. So maybe, I think I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. I'll do full circle, and then I'll try to get in at least one more. Who's on the other side of Capricorn? Sagittarius. We'll do a couple more signs. Each one is 2 hours. I'm already over 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But if I do them each at 2 hours, we can get a couple things done. And then I have so much I want to do in these lives and get out, but there's only 2 hours, and I'm committing to keeping it pretty close to that. Otherwise, I'll just go all day and I won't get anything else done. And I preach balance all the time. I better well be doing it, or at least trying my best to maintain it. So I'm going to get off here. I'm already over. I appreciate every one of you for showing up. Thank you so much. I'm going to make a post. I'm so happy. 300 subscribers. 301 is amazing. And I'll be on tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I love you guys. Have a good day, Tommy. And if I do Cancer, maybe I'll try and tag you. If I do it tomorrow, or just pop in tomorrow. If you pop in tomorrow, I'll do Cancer for your wife. All right? Have a good day. I love you. Take care. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.